What's going on, guys? This is Wnba Dfs here to bring you guys a WNBA slate breakdown for this big 5-game slate. This is going to be a really quick, simple video because all of our content today over on the Patreon is free today. So my boy BK, he's already posted a breakdown, and I got some really great news for you guys. BK will be covering the slate breakdowns and everything for me while I am gone. I'm going to get him set up to hopefully be able to stream on YouTube while I'm gone, so you guys will still have content coming out for that. And today is the perfect day for you guys to look at his breakdowns that he posts on the Patreon site, see all of his prop plays and everything for free. So I am going to actually show you guys all that. I'm going to make sure I link the Patreon down in the description below. If you're not, I'm going to also link his Twitter as well, so you can check him out on Twitter so you guys can get up there. But you will also be able to see everything that we go ahead and we post over here on the Patreon for free. So definitely take advantage of that today. This is going to be a really quick breakdown for myself. As you see, I am packing and stuff, going on vacation tomorrow. So sorry to get this out to you guys late. Worked last night, got to work again tonight, but no excuses. It is still no days off. We gonna get this real quick and get it done. All right. Looking at the slate, like I said, we got a 5-game slate. I actually do like the slate. It's actually a pretty decent slate when you look at it. This first game right here, the Minnesota Lynx and Connecticut Sun, it is not on the main slate on DraftKings. As you know, that's the site that I play the most on. Definitely, if you guys want those deposit match bonuses, you want to play over there on DraftKings, FanDuel, any of that stuff, make sure you guys check the links down in the description below for the deposit match bonus so you guys can get into that too. But Washington Mystics taking on the Land Dream. All their players are out that have still been out, but the biggest thing is that Queen Egbo, she rolled her ankle 19 minutes into the game, last game that they played. Need to know if she's going to be in or out. If she's out, that pretty much means Tina Hawkins, Mina Hine-Allens, they are going to get all the bulk minutes for the center position out there for them. So we definitely want to know that news. That means that Hawkins, she's definitely going to be getting the bump. Same thing for Hines-Allen. The rotation is going to be much shorter as well. Again, they're already pretty short. This is one of the teams that we would attack, considering that, hey, less bodies to go around. We know the rotations will be very, very tight. Going over to the Land Dream, no news is good news for them. Everyone is there. I expect a bounce back game from Ryan, considering that she pretty much flopped the last time she was on the slate. She owes us, definitely. But of course, same old starters are listed the same over here for that. Seattle Storm looking pretty good. No news for them. For the Indiana Fever, it says that Alyssa Smith is a game time decision, but last time I checked, she is still expected to be out. So I don't know why they're trying to say she's game time decision, but she should not be playing. For the Phoenix Mercury, we got news yesterday that Brittany Griner, she's going to miss the next 2 games, deal with some mental health issues. And then Diana Taurasi, she's expected to be back. So we already know DT, she's going to be back. She's going to be lineup. I do expect this to be the starting lineup. Pretty much, once you just take Griner out, you put Diana Taurasi in, that fills the void, and you're just going to end up with Breonna Turner playing the center position. They've done it before. Then this is legit the starters. Sophie Cunningham will not be the center. Of course, she will be the small forward. Onion, she's going to be the power forward, her more natural position anyway. And then going over here to the Chicago Sky, looks like Cone is going to be out. Then New York Liberty taking on these Sparks. Same old for them. Everyone is back. Vandersloot, she just rested that last game, so she will be playing today. And then for the Sparks, Lexi Brown, she is going to be out again today. She is still sick with whatever she has. And then, of course, Cloud and Cheney, they're going to be out as well. So same starters and everything that we've seen for the Sparks. The only thing that could possibly be up in the air for the Sparks would be if they start Zaya or if they decide to put Carly Lou Samuelson back into the starting lineup right here. So that'll be the only thing to pay attention to for the Sparks. For the Dallas Wings, nothing for them. And then for the Las Vegas Aces, Clark is expected not to play. She got busted in the face the last game that they played. So if Clark was going to be out, I would expect more minutes for Bell. And maybe Kayla George might could see some more minutes, but I just think they run their starters more into the ground than what they normally do. I mean, the Aces are one of the teams that run a pretty tight rotation anyway. All right, like I said, over on DraftKings, the site that I play the most on. If you guys want to, check the link down in the description below so you guys can get that deposit match bonus. And like I said, my boy BK, he has already posted a breakdown for every single game, going over his favorite plays, even prop plays, backs it up with a lot of data. So definitely, guys, it is only $10 a month. Check this out. I will drop the link for this down in the description below so you guys can, see the Patreon as well. The link for the Patreon is already there, but I'll drop the link for this article specifically so you guys can go straight to it so you're not lost and whatnot. And then if you guys want to join, just check it out. It's right here. Like I said, $10 a month, and you get everything that we post. The prop plays, not only for just the WNBA, but we do all sports over here at No Days Off. All right, so I'm going to make this breakdown super quick. It is not going to be a long breakdown at all. legit. This is probably the quickest one I ever do. For the Washington Mystics, looking at them, of course, we know Sykes, she's in play. Cloud is going to be in play. Like I said, we need to know if Queen Egbo is going to play. If she's not, that just gives a boost to Misha Hine Allen and Tina Hawkins. Looking at the two, I will like Misha Hine Allen over Hawkins just because if she's getting the minutes and burn and run, I kind of don't think that that Coffee is going to be able to actually handle Hines Allen, the size that she brings out here to the table. So definitely will be a play for me, but this is definitely a bounce back spot for Cloud after what she went out there and did. Last game, really had a horrible shooting night, didn't get anything going against Dallas Wings, and they got blown out. And then Sykes, of course, you know, all the uses that she has, and she does tend to like to go up against the Atlanta Dream as well. Mid-tier play you can go to is going to be SWK. She's not great, but she's getting the minutes just because she has to play the minutes. So if you're looking for a cheap value at the guard position, you got SWK right there you can go to. Over here for the Dream, you already know how I stand on Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard. Alicia Gray, the consistency, it rolls with her every game, night in, night out basis. You know you're going to at least get 25 up fantasy points. That's pretty much her floor that we have out there. But this is Ryan Howard's game to bounce back after what she just did last time, coming off of 2 back-to-back performances. She is definitely the biggest GPP play on today's slate because she can pop and go off and break a slate at any moment. Everyone else in the starting lineup, of course, Cheyenne Parker, if she's going to get the minutes, don't hate it. Especially we have been attacking opposing centers going up against the Washington Mystics. Their starters are technically out. This is a spot that Cheyenne, she possibly can have a pretty good game. But again, her minutes is the biggest factor that we got to worry about because we know she's not going to play over 27, 28 minutes out there. And there's no telling what the coach will be on in regards to her minutes. But definitely another GPP play along with Ryan right there. Coffee, I'm not going to play her, so you can go ahead and play her. You know, if I don't play her, typically she'll go out there, she'll have a good game. But I've been off of Coffee. Her minutes have been trending down. This is definitely another GPP play, but not something that you have to play on such a huge slate. Out of everyone else out here, if you feel like Billings, she's going to get her burn and run, definitely can go to her. Danielle, not really going to mess and touch that. They dropped her down to 4,600, rightfully so. I would rather play Ari McDonald, who we know comes in and has the scoring upside in touch. 30 fantasy points in that last game going up against New York Liberty in 28 minutes. That's what I've been waiting and wanting to see from her. 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Hopefully they might actually start her here. That would be really great. But Ari McDonald will be the one I would go to down here at the 5,600 if I'm not going to play Alicia Gray and if I'm not going to go with my GPP option in Ryan. Going over to the Storm, taking on the Indiana Fever. This is a 110,000% bounce back spot for Jewel Lloyd to be able to pop and break a slate. She's playing where she went to school at pretty much because she went to school out there at Notre Dame. Last time that she played the Fever, she played 37 minutes and gave us 31.5 fantasy points. You already know she is a firecracker scorer. Only 15 points in that last game going up against the Sky. It seems like the Sky have her number, but definitely can see her like what she did going up against New York, dropping a 51 fantasy point game. It's the Fever. We already know we can play pretty much 1 through 5 typically against them, but Jewel Lloyd, top tier play. Don't hate it, especially at 9-8 underneath some Ryan Howard, freaking Enrique, not Courtney Vandersloot, Sabrina Ionescu. That's a cheap value play for what we were paying for Jewel Lloyd earlier. I will say Easy Magbogor, me and BK, we're both on Easy. This is a match for her. Power forwards have been smashing the Indiana Fever since Nalissa Smith has been out. Again, I do not expect Nalissa Smith to play, and if you look at Easy's game logs and read what BK puts inside his breakdown, smash spot, easy spot for us to go ahead and plug in Easy. It looks like she's back. The scoring is back there. Everything that she's got going on, she's rebounding, she's getting the assists, she's block steals. The upside is there for her, especially with the fact, you know, Aaliyah Boston playing down low. You know, she's going to be in the midi. She's going to be trying to, you know, get some fadeaways, some hook shots. The block upside would be there for Easy. Horston, Gabby, Sammy. Out of these, I go with Gabby or Sammy. Gabby popped in that last game, man. Just beautiful game from Gabby. Do it all player. I love that for her. Going up against the Fever, this is another great spot for Gabby to go out there and smash. If you're going to try to tell me that Lexi Hull, Erica Wheeler, or Victoria Vivians are going to be able to contain Gabby, turnover prone people out there, give me Gabby all day. The steals should be there for her. Same thing since they moved Sammy into starting lineup. She got bumped down to 6K. Don't know why. But back-to-back 30-plus fantasy point games since being in the starting lineup. She literally is pretty much a cheaper version of Gabby Williams because she has blocks and steal upside. But she scores at a very consistent rate, and the peripherals are there for her. Pretty much, I'm not going to lie. She is a core play for me today. Sammy, if you're not going to pay it for Lloyd, Easy, none of them. Sammy is my one of my core plays. I just love it for her. Everyone else here, fan cam, GPP play, not really touching the bench or messing with that. You can run with the Mercedes Russell just because she's been getting minutes over the last couple games. That would be your GPP option and your cheap play, because we have seen that cheap plays have for some reason just been popping on Slate lately. Going over to the Indiana Fever. Finally, we get Boston back at home. The Fever, they kind of got flamed for the fact that Aaliyah Boston over the last several games has not gotten like maybe less single digit touches in the fourth quarter, second half of the game, but whatever. And you can see it. It's very much noticeable from what she was getting. Now she's playing at home. Last 2 home games that she played, she dropped over 30 plus fantasy points. When she played going up against the Storm earlier, she played 31 minutes and she dropped 33.75 fantasy points in that game. Again, she's playing at home. I'm using that as a factor. Her price has come down from what it was earlier in this the season when she was up in the 10K, close to 11K range. I definitely will be going with Aaliyah Boston today. She is in a good spot for her to play. Looking at it, I don't see anything in here in regards to Melissa Smith, but keep your eye out for that right there. So definitely just keep your eye out for that, because if Melissa Smith, I still don't mind playing easy, and I would expect Smith to be on like a minute limit or something anyway, even if she was to be back. Kelsey Mitchell, you can go there. Not a bad play. When she played going up against the Storm early in the season, 37 minutes, she dropped 34 fantasy points, 25 points in that game. You could definitely go there. GPP option, not really someone that I have high on my radar. And Vivian's, again, as long as she's starting, she pretty much knows she's going to produce. Last game, only 28 minutes and dropped 17.75 fantasy points, so not too much from her. Everyone else has not been consistent. You could definitely go with the GPP option in Erica Wheeler, just because she's popped in the last 2 games, back-to-back games, going up against the Sparks. When she played going up against the Storm earlier, she only played 18 minutes in that game, and she pretty much put up a fantasy point per minute in that. So if you want to ride the hot hand, definitely could see that, but I expect it to be in a Aaliyah Boston game here today. Going over to the Phoenix Mercury, like we said, DT, she's going to be starting. I honestly have no interest in anybody from the Phoenix Mercury outside of maybe a flyer on Onion Wnba, just because BG's going to be out. We know Turner's not going to do anything on the offensive side. Onion, she could definitely go ahead and rebound. She can score a little bit, and I expect her minutes to be more solidified, maybe play about 30 minutes in this game today. And outside of that, of course, Megan, she is pretty much going to be chalk. Everyone's going to be running to her. I do not expect Megan to start. But if she was to start, smash value at 4.8. I see no reason to not go ahead and play her for what she has done over the last several games. She dropped in 12 minutes, 19 fantasy points going up against them the last time. So definitely a option to go with on today's slate. And then Shook Sutton, of course, with DT starting and playing. Sutton, she'll still see her 20-ish, 25 minutes out there. And she dropped 21.5 fantasy points the last time that they played. So another option you can go to. Outside of that, not touching, messing with anything else. Over here on the Chicago Sky, like I said last time, Copper, she's on a mission. She got that dog in her right now, and she's just playing some great ball. You cannot go wrong with playing Kalia Copper. I do like her, but I do like whoever gets the Diana Taurasi defense. Either way, that probably should be Courtney Williams, and we do know DT don't play defense. DT is just out there to be out there. Definitely a spot where she could pop off. Last time they played the Phoenix Mercury in 29 minutes, she dropped 24.5 fantasy points, going 4 of 11 from the field. Still has 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. The upside should be there for her in this game. I don't mind going to Courtney Williams if you land on there. Marbury, 8-1. If you want to just come down the 100, pay that. Don't mind that at all. Dana, 5-5. As long as I got her there, she will always be in play for me just because she can get hot at any moment of time. 22 minutes and drop 17 fantasy points going up against them. It's not going to hurt you. She is definitely a cheap option. With Brittany Griner being out, that definitely gives a boost to Elizabeth Williams since, of course, centers, you're playing your backup centers. You're playing Breonna Turner. Easy in that last game, in 30 minutes, she dropped 36 fantasy points, and that was with Brittany Griner. Without Brittany Griner, I wouldn't be surprised if she was able to crack 35, maybe 40, depending on the blocks and stuff upside that she could possibly get. So I really do actually like that for her. And then, of course, the biggest GPP option, of course, will always be Elena Smith, because you kind of don't know what you're going to get with her, if she's going to be in foul trouble, if she's going to get her blocks and steal, is she going to rebound today? So GPP option for Elena out there for me. Going over to New York Liberty, taking on the Sparks. Like I said, Sloot is back. I don't mind Sloot, but not really someone that I'm high on the radar that I feel like you got to play. If at all, anything, Brianna Stewart, her history going up against the Sparks is actually really good. And I do like Stewie today. Of course, again, I'm on Stewie, so that means she's going to bust. She's just going to play horrible for us today. But if you get up to the 12K, I don't mind playing Stewie on today's slate. Same thing for Sabrina. She just came off of a monster game last time. They still lost. I do not hate going to Sabrina on today's slate. Definitely an option that we can run to. Not a must, but worth it, especially just how she's been playing. And we do know you can attack the Sparks with opposing guards, but if you don't play Stewie, definitely come down to Jonquel Jones. She is getting all of her minutes finally. She's playing really great ball, even whenever she's in foul trouble and stuff like that. She's still figuring out. She is literally snagging the rebounds. Last 5 has gone over 10 rebounds every single game, and the scoring has been there. Pretty much has the double-double upside. If she just got a couple more shots to fall and actually saw more shots, they probably would have won the game, honestly, if we're being honest. But definitely do like that for her. So if you're not trying to play up for Breanna Stewart, definitely come down and play Jonquel Jones. She has the plus matchup going up against Zora Stevens. BK even talks about the history going up against Stevens in the playoffs and stuff like that, going up against the Sparks. Definitely a spot. And then if you want to go back to the high hand that Laney has had over her past several games, it's definitely a spot that she can do that. She should get the Clarendon defense or Carly Samuelson. Either way, Laney, she's been a spark for them off the bench. I do not hate or mind that. Going over here to the Spark, it is just literally the Canada and NECA show between both of them. They're going to have to just carry this. I love what Canada's been doing. We've attacked the New York Liberty with opposing point guards all season, pretty much. Canada, even though she's bumped up to 9-5, this is no different. Just what she has been bringing, what she's done over these past several games since the All-Star break has been amazing. I've loved watching it. The assists are there. She's playmaking at such a high clip, but she's also scoring, and that's really great. This is nonetheless another great matchup for her. I do like going to her here if you want to go there and you don't want to pay up for NECA. This will be a tougher matchup for NECA going up against the Fever, of course, because you do have Breanna Stewart, you do have Jonquel Jones, but if anyone can figure it out and can get it done, it's going to be NECA. Still, GPP caution, I'd rather play Canada over her. Everyone else over here, I really don't have any strong opinions on any of these other guys. Not really too much that I'm looking at for them. Going over to the last game, if you guys are not subscribed yet, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you guys do not miss any of the content that's coming out on the channel. I told you guys, I still got you guys covered, even though I will be on vacation. I will still post stuff when I can on the community tab over here on YouTube. But if you want to see all the content and stuff that will be posted and played, check the Patreon. You're getting all the content for free today, so I will be linking that. So definitely. My boy BK, he had this out early, 3 hours ago. This is already out. So while I was asleep, you already would have had a breakdown and stuff to go off of for today. And two great minds. It's not bad to get another opinion on this. We do agree on a lot of things. Sometimes we see differently, but we're pretty sharp whenever it comes down to this WNBA stuff. So definitely check that out right there. Going over to Dallas Wings taking on the Aces. They've already played twice this season, and honestly, Satu played pretty well inside those games. Going up against them, back-to-back game. First game, of course, mid-level. I want to say it was actually just it was a weird game. She didn't get her full allotment of minutes, and I was questioning why. I thought she might have been injured or something like that, but nothing came out of it. In the second game, played 31 minutes. She dropped 34 points, 25 fantasy points. Of course, you guys know I'm a big Satu lover. I don't mind going back to her here in this spot. And then Arike is your GPP option. I really kind of don't want to attack Gray Young with Arike. We know they're going to focus in on her. That first game, she dropped 33 fantasy points. Second game, still again 31 fantasy points. So if they can contain her once again here, we know Arike, she could pop off at any moment, point in time. They are on the road. They are heavy dogs in this game. This is probably like the biggest spread on the slate. Of course, it's the Aces, but I'm not really too heavy on Arike. I do like Sably if I go anywhere. Howard, she had a struggle in the first game, bounced back in the second game. Oh, correction. She played good in the first game, had a mid-level game in the second game. That was Satu. My bad. 38 minutes. She dropped 56 points, 25 fantasy points. Let's keep in mind this was also with Candace Parker playing in these games. Candace has been out now, so now you got Kia Stokes out there. If you want to go to Howard, I don't mind that, but to me personally, I will be playing Tierra McCowan. In those games when she played 30 minutes and she dropped 30 fantasy points. And then in the second game, still consistent, 36 minutes and she dropped 35 fantasy points. So for the cheaper of them all, the safer floor for me, I will go with Tierra McCowan. I do like her here in the spot. GPP option, of course, Howard, and then just my love for Satu, what she can bring to the table, and how she's been playing over the past several games. Satu, just got to go ahead and consider her. Outside of that, Kalani Brown, Odyssey Sims, Courier, the game blew out, so of course she got the run. I do not expect for her to go out there and pop off again for another 25 fantasy points, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. So triple caution on that one. She is sitting at 3,100 for a reason. Of course, she's not going to get a price bump, so just be careful with that. Going over to Las Vegas Aces. All of their starters are in play like always. All of them are going to see the minutes. They are literally running a tight rotation. They're short. The Dallas Wings have played them tight both games that they've played. It was close margins, single-digit losses for the Dallas Wings. They match up very well going up against them. Asia Wilson. Asia versus Asia. There's not really too much to talk about her. If you land on her, you land on her. If you can play her, you play her. Playing against Dallas when they have played, if I can find that stupid game log. Oh, here we go. 36 minutes, 46 fantasy points, 34 minutes, 30 fantasy points. You already know there's no Candace Parker now. Rebound upside, steal upside, blocks, everything for her. It is there. She should get the Natasha Howard defense like she had last time, and she should be matching up against side 2. I went back and rewatched the game. That's was their game plan. Chelsea Gray, I do like her here. This is going to be a competitive game. Then we already know Gray, she steps up in those games. So definitely running right back to her. 36 minutes, 37 fantasy points, 36 minutes, 24 fantasy points. They adjusted in the second game going up against her. But still, I do like Chelsea Gray either way in this spot. Jackie Young. Young, of course, the most consistent out of everybody, the one that we can always run to. First game, she played well. Second game, it was an adjustment. Still, it is Jackie playing at home. We know the 3-ball is going to fly. GPP option, there are some other guards on the slate I would rather go to. If I am going to play any of the guards from the Aces, it will be Chelsea Gray is the one that I do like the most from them. And then Kelsey Plum, of course, if her shot's falling, as always, you know, Plum's going to plumb. She played in one of the games, 36 minutes, and dropped 34.5 fantasy points. So definitely an option as always on the slate. But yeah, Sammy, that's the lock of the slate for me right there on today's slate. Like I said, got some other things I got to go do, but wish you guys the best luck on today's slate. Hopefully see you guys in the green. Check out the article. Check out the Patreon. If you guys got any questions, hit me up in the comment section. I will try to respond to it as I move around on today's slate. And good luck, and I will see you guys when I come back next week.